To crypto or not to crypto? That is the question many consumers, merchants, banks, PSPs, and regulators are asking and offering various answers. Hi, everyone. I'm Mirela Ciobanu, senior editor with the papers. And today I'm joined by Thibault de Barsy, who is vice chairman and general manager of the Payments Association EU. And we are going to talk about cryptocurrencies' relevance and adoption within our industry. Hi, Thibault. How are you?
Good morning, Mirela. I'm live from Vilnius today. Glad to be with you.
Thank you for accepting an interview with us. But first things first. And my first question would be, when did you first hear about crypto?
Well, Mirela, that must have been 10 years ago. I was in online trading at the time. And of course, the question we had was, should we allow our customers to trade with Bitcoin, right? So that was the big question 10 years ago.
Okay, so it started with trading, but now we are going to shift a bit the topic in the payments area. And I want to ask you, what was the first thing that you purchased using crypto?
Oh, I'm glad you're asking, because I bought a fantastic Slovenian sloop while I was in Ljubljana with our friends from Go Crypto, which is a member of the association. And in Ljubljana, they have a huge shopping center area, which is called BTC City. BTC, just like Bitcoin, right? And all the merchants there are very crypto friendly. So that was a great experience.
Okay, so this was more like a local experience. But in general, what is our industry's attitude towards accepting crypto payments?
Well, you know, and I think the report outlines that very well. It's very simple, basically. Customers, at least 5% of the worldwide population, basically, they are potentially willing to pay with cryptos. And of course, the merchants, they want to have more business. And if that's the way to do it, well, they want to have the means to accept cryptos. But what's very interesting from the association point of view, you know, Mirela, we have members such as Visa and MasterCard. You know, I've been hearing about all their initiatives for the last year, but not only in the retail payment, right? For example, JP Morgan, which is a member as well, they came with the JPM coin with their own blockchain, which is another super interesting initiatives. And then, of course, you have other examples in the B2B payment area with Banking Circle, which is integrating cryptos into their rails as well. So you see, it's moving on all ends of the payments value chain, which is exactly what we are trying to support with the association.
Yeah, and similar with the association, the paper has also spotted these signals, and we have launched the crypto payments and Web3 for banks, merchants, PSPs report. And the Payments Association has been our endorsers for day one, from day one. Thank you for being with us. And yeah, my next question would be, why is this report relevant to the payments industry?
Well, what I think is very interesting is the variety of use cases that we can witness, right? Because we all hear about the same examples all the time. But for example, in the section of the report that has been written by Binance, so on the BNB chain, we have this great example of this company called Oxy, with, I hope I'm pronouncing right, but which is issuing a gold Visa credit card, which allows you to pay with cryptos. And there are many similar examples. And of course, one of the section of the report that I like the most is the case of the Lugano B project, because once again, it has been supported by our member Go Crypto. And this is a very ambitious project, right? It's to have basically all the merchants of the city accepting not only one cryptocurrency, but the wide choices of cryptocurrencies. And I think that's that's a great example as well. So I think the report, if you read it well, you have so many ideas popping up in the ways that crypto can be used. And by the way, of course, not only in the payment space, but with various use cases integrating payments. So it's like embedded crypto payments. And that I think is really fabulous.
Yeah, and since you mentioned Go Crypto, actually, yeah, they have plans to expand to government services and to help citizens in daily life. But now going again to more general questions, what do you most like about crypto?
No, again, it's the variety of use cases. And when you can see that it reduces the cost, of course, for example, of cross-border transaction, obviously it's a new alternative. I'm not going to be among the ones who say, oh, it's going to replace everything that is existing. No, it's just one new alternative, and that is really good, giving more choices to companies around the world. And then, of course, you have these other applications and other technologies competing. For example, what I really try to observe right now is how can we accelerate crypto payments from layer 1 to layer 2. And in that context, Lightning is often quoted as, the obvious choice for certain companies. But what is great in your report, Mirella, is that it shows very well that it's only one of the potential technology that could be used tomorrow to accelerate crypto payments. So seeing those new companies, and by the way, the infographics in the report are very clear. As it's always the case with the papers, you can see very clearly which company is in which field. And I think the whole industry is exactly what they are expecting. And so that for me was very enlightening.
Yeah, indeed. The mapping aims to position what are the best bricks to use if you want to build your crypto rails. And because we are at the end of 2023, 2022, I was already thinking about next year's edition.
Looking forward, as always.
Yeah. What is next in the crypto payment space, or in crypto in general? What to watch out next year?
Well, in the EU, very clearly, one word, MICA.
Yeah.
And again, the report is very interesting, comparing the different regulatory environments worldwide. Congratulations about that. And of course, the one in Asia got my attention because we were helped with our friends from Emerging Payment Association Asia. But yes, in the EU, MICA. And I think, again, the EU is really a great place to make business because we have a coherent framework which is going to be applied. So it's not live yet, be careful. 2 weeks ago, the members of the association had the chance to have a very good conversation with the European Commission. And of course, there were a lot of questions. Okay, now, how fast will it become reality? For example, on the whole license application process for VASP, when are we going to stop having to apply one license per country and everything? So yes, everyone is very impatient to see this, to see MICA in action. You can criticize MICA, you can say, oh, it's only one first step, there are things to improve, but at least it's a coherent framework. And that, I think, should be a very big driver for the industry in Europe. So that's point number one. Point number two, what I'm looking at is always, of course, the merchants which are crypto-friendly. And of course, we all know the examples of Tesla, which is accepting cryptos for a long time. And we know that the luxury and travel industries are in the leading front there because they have the clients that want to spend crypto. Then, of course, they are the ones who are pleased to accommodate their clients, which is the way our industry works. So I think the report is great there because this difference between the different industries in their crypto friendliness is very well highlighted in the report. So my question is, who's next? Okay. And then, of course, the last thing, as I said, is really, okay, which technology is going to win, which competing technology is going to emerge as the solution proposed by PSPs to merchants in terms of facilitating crypto acceptance. And then, of course, within crypto acceptance, which is the cryptocurrency which is going to win the hearts of the consumers. Because there again, in the difference between crypto as an asset and crypto as a payment mean, maybe the winner is not going to be the one we expect. So yeah, the future will tell.
Yeah, so many new and exciting things to look out for in 2023. Thank you, Thibault, once again for being with us today and for endorsing our report. I noticed that you read it very, very well and highlighted the things that are most interested by our readers. And we look forward for future collaboration, next year's edition.
Thank you, Mirela. See you soon in Amsterdam or elsewhere.